Ferguson, Missouri is smoldering after a night of angry protests in which some businesses were burned to the ground and many cars were damaged. Missouri's governor on Tuesday ordered National Guard reinforcements into the mostly black town to ward off new riots and looting. African American groups nationwide have raised their voices against what they call continued racial inequality.
We can no longer just allow funeral after funeral after funeral after funeral and killing after killing after killing after killing to go on.
Demonstrations have taken place nationwide to protest the grand jury's decision. In addition to St. Louis, protesters have come out in major American cities, including New York. Many protesters say they are marching to draw attention to a wider problem.
I know that a lot of us gathered around Michael Brown, but he's one of thousands.
Students at Indiana University held a moment of silence for the shooting victim, Michael Brown.
No justice!
Some high school students in Minneapolis walked out of classes to protest the jury decision. On the West Coast, protesters in Los Angeles expressed anger at how police in this country treat African Americans in general.
Well, it's interesting. My reaction is I was not surprised. Definitely in the United States of America, white police officers are killing and white security guards are killing black individuals every 28 hours. So it was not a surprise to me. I think what's more important to me is what people out here and on the streets are prepared to do to stop the execution of black and brown bodies in our communities.
House Democratic leader Nancy Pelosi expressed disappointment at the jury's decision and said more needs to be done to address the discontent of America's black people.
The reaction, I think, obviously needs to be addressed. That is to say, there is an unhappiness, a discontent in our communities about the relationship of everyone.
It seems that more anger is directed at the law enforcement system than at the jury made up of 12 randomly selected Missouri residents.
I feel like things were thoroughly considered and that it was a just outcome.
Many Americans are calling for new regulations that would curb the police use of lethal weapons.
They have stun guns, they got the pop guns that they can use. You can protect yourself in other ways besides deadly force.
The United Nations Human Rights Chief on Tuesday said the United States needs to examine the deep mistrust among some population segments and how race relations affect law enforcement. Zlatica Hoke, VOA News, Washington.